Hey everybody, my name is Nick. Welcome to my new channel. I'm starting this channel to discuss manga, possibly some anime, um, but mainly manga. I like to read a lot. I started this channel because I really like to discuss it. I don't really have anyone in my friend group that likes manga, so I don't really have people to discuss it in person. So I figured, hey, maybe I can, talk about it with you guys. So, like I said, my name's Nick. It's called Slick Nick. I like to slick back my hair. So that's where I kind of came up with the name. I have another channel called Rocker Nick. That's where I mainly do a lot of motorcycle stuff. Um, Kind of completely different from this, so thought I'd start something fresh. The point of this channel, what I'm wanting to really do is, do much more in-depth discussions about each manga. Really analyze, um, each book, go into depth. Kind of what I would consider like a book club. And if it so happens that other people want to read and discuss in the comments, that's awesome. That would be really cool. But if you just want to listen to my opinions, that works for me too. So I'm also going to be probably doing hauls on here, unboxings. I have some manga on the way. I have a decent stack of manga sitting next to me that I am getting ready to read. And then I have all the stuff behind me that I have read / yet to read. A little bit of everything. So let's go ahead and I guess I'll show you guys what's on my bookshelf. So starting in the top left corner, I have Demon Slayer. It is the first set that I ever fully completed. It's the first series that I ever read all the way through. I really like it. I know a lot of people kind of have mixed feelings about it. I enjoyed it. I think the anime's art style is just amazing. I think the art in the manga is pretty good too. I picked it up after I had watched the first season and Mugen Train, and I wanted to know more. I wanted to know what happened next, and I didn't want to wait. So, I decided to go with the manga instead, and I'm really glad because that really got me into collecting. So next I have Chainsaw Man, 1 through 11, the first arc of the story. I liked it a lot. I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to complete the next one. I kind of have a little bit of mixed feelings. I read a little bit online and it really slowed down quite a bit. And I really liked the fast action pace of the first part. So I'm not sure that I will necessarily continue to read it. We'll see. Maybe eventually. Maybe if they release another box set, maybe I'll pick that up. So then on the second shelf here, starting off with Kaiju number 8, 1 through 10. That's a good series. I'll probably pick up more of that in the future. However, right now I'm putting it on hold. There's other series that I would like to give more attention to, and it's not going anywhere. I can continue it whenever I feel like it. But it's a good series, and I really like that it focuses on a slightly older protagonist. Next we have My Hero Academia, volumes 1 through 10. That is a really cool series. I've watched quite a bit of the anime. Not sure if I will continue to get more of the manga. Maybe someday. I'm not 100% sure. I've just watched so much of the anime that it's kind of hard to repeat it over again in manga form to get caught up to where I've watched and then experience it new. So I'm not completely sure that I'll do that, but who knows, maybe I will. Next to that, Don to Don. Volumes 1 through 9. I haven't read number 9. I've read all the other ones. I have seen the first season of the manga, and as of recording this, the second season has not came out. However, I went and saw the early release in theaters where it was basically the first 3 episodes put into kind of a film. It was really cool. Kind of sucks that the first 3 episodes I've already seen, though, so I have to wait, especially since it's a weekly release and I can't just binge it. But I really like it. I will probably get more. I'm not really planning on getting more right now, but maybe in the future. Next, I have Naruto Volume 1. You know, when you're collecting manga, it's kind of hard to not at least include a little bit of Naruto being the, like, in my opinion, the number 1 Shonen Jump. I'm sure that's gonna be quite controversial, and there will be some in-depth discussions, hopefully, from some other people, because after that, Attack on Titan not being a Shonen Jump, but after that, One Piece, arguably, Naruto and One Piece are head-to-head as far as the best Shonen Jump title. But backing up a little bit, back to Naruto. I've never read Volume 1. My son has kind of tried to read it. He's still a little young. He's getting better at reading, so he wants to read it, but putting attention to a book is still something he's not quite used to yet. But after that, we have Attack on Titan, volumes 9, 18, and 9. Sorry, my bird just flew off her perch and landed on my shoulder. Say hi, Athens. So, Attack on Titan 9, 18, and 19. So, I have those random volumes because that was actually the first series that I ever read. And I was reading it through my local library, and those were the volumes that they did not have. I purchased those probably about 10 years ago, and I know they're just random, but because they're the first series that I ever read, I'll keep them forever. So I never finished the whole series because it was my first series that I ever read. I got to a certain point and there was no more out, and I didn't understand that manga was released on a kind of regular basis. So I thought it was done, and I was like, this is a weird way to end a series, but it was nowhere near done. I just had no idea. So I've seen the ending. I've watched the anime. I loved it. I think it's an amazing show. A great series. But yeah, so that's why 3 random volumes. So then we have One Piece. The first omnibus, volumes 1, 2, and 3. I'm not the biggest fan of One Piece. I know a lot of people are. I just, when it comes to an extremely over-the-top, constantly loud and shouting protagonist, I can't get behind it. I have watched quite a bit of the show, and you know, when there's something in return for listening to somebody just scream and shout the whole show, like when they do something really cool, it's like, oh, okay, it was worth it. A great example of that, I think, is Zenitsu from Demon Slayer. When he, I don't want to give any spoilers, but you know, he is also a character that just shouts and screams and yells the whole time, but he has a factor to him that is just so cool that it is really hard to be like, oh man, that character is not cool. So, getting back to One Piece, I am not the biggest fan. I don't think I will read any more One Piece. I've tried those first 3 and I just didn't have any interest. Sorry guys, I know that's pretty controversial. But, so next to that, kind of a spin-off of one of the big 3, Burn the Witch. I have never read Bleach, however, I know this is a spin-off of it, and I really enjoyed Burn the Witch. Coming from someone that, like I said, hasn't read Bleach, I think it's a good series. I enjoyed it. Well, series. A good volume, since there's only one. The anime's pretty good, too. Not much more to say about it, though. It's, just a spin-off. So, third shelf down. Starting from the far left, we have Cirque du Freak, Omnibus 1 and 2. I read Cirque du Freak growing up as a kid, and when I got into collecting manga and I saw that there was a manga version, I had to check it out. I do enjoy it quite a bit. However, I read those two, and knowing already where the story goes, I wasn't like, oh man, I gotta know what happens next. I already know what happens next. I did really enjoy these, but I don't know that I'll get any more. I have all of the, Western copies of the books. I don't know that there's really a reason to. It wasn't. The art's pretty good, but it's not like over the top amazing, So that's why there's those two. So then next we have Adu. Adu is pretty good. I really think the art style is really interesting. It reminds me a lot of Dragon Ball. I gotta say, I haven't really heard anybody say that, and I haven't read Dragon Ball. However, I've watched a lot of Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, and I've seen plenty of the art. I think it's really similar in that kind of like technologically futuristic world setting that Dragon Ball has incorporated to its, comedic, cartoonish style as well. I think it's pretty interesting. I only have the first volume. I don't really know if I'll get any more. It didn't, strike me as something crazy amazing, but it seems pretty good. Maybe eventually, but as of right now, I have way more to focus on. Next, that is Solo Leveling. Right now, Solo Leveling is like the top thing. It's like the top anime, super high selling manhwa. I really like Solo Leveling. I know it is a very traditional trope, video game style story, but I think it's a really fresh take on that traditional style. I like it a lot. I've really enjoyed it. I will read it until it's done. I'm completely caught up as far as what's been physically released. So next we have Witch Hat. Witch Hat Atelier. I think this is a very, very good manga. I think the art is just amazing. I know that the artist has done a lot of work for either DC or Marvel, but it really shows that it is just a top tier artist working on this story. I think the magic system in it is amazing. It really knows how to bring a fresh take to magic. There's been fantasy stories for as long as there's been books, basically. And I think Witch Hat is one of the most unique magic systems that I have read. And I've read quite a bit of fantasy novels. I really enjoy it. I have up to number 7. I will absolutely get more in the future. Next to that, we have Chojin X. Volumes 1, 2, and 3. I have read much more than Volume 3 online. It is a pretty good series. I know it's from the creator of Tokyo Ghoul. I have not read Tokyo Ghoul. I've watched it. However, I do have the box set in the mail. Chojin X is very different, though, from what I can tell. The animation style is very different. It's much more childish, I would say. Not child-friendly. It's definitely not a child-friendly story. But, sorry, my bird just flew again. Come here, Themes. Okay, so, Chojin X. Where was I? Yes, so it is a very different style of animation. The story's pretty good so far. I'm enjoying it. I don't think I'll purchase any more in physical. And I will probably get rid of those 3 eventually. I feel like I kind of pick or choose. If I read something online, I don't feel the need to purchase it physical. And if I read something physical, I don't really want to go to online, because then it makes me not want to buy any more of the physical. So then it's kind of like a wasted purchase at that point. So I kind of do either or. But Trojan X, they're pretty expensive, so I didn't really want to pay for physical anymore when I'm already paying for the Shonen Jump app that I can read it on. So yeah, other than that, I'm gonna drop down a little bit, and we will go ahead and look at the last shelf of manga. I have Spy Family on the far left. I have not read Spy Family. This is my fiance's series. She really likes it. She really likes the slice of life mixed with action that Spy Family offers. She has quite a bit from Tetsuya Endo. She has 4 Lives Remain. It's pretty recently released, and it's kind of like a mixture of all these different series that the mangaka has done. She has Tista, volumes 1 and 2. Those are the only 2. She liked that quite a bit. And she is currently reading Blade of the Moon Princess. She is on volume 3. She's really enjoying that one. I don't personally know much about them, but they have her recommendation. So if you guys have read any of these, go ahead and let me know what you thought about them. After that, the last series that I am reading that I'm really, really enjoying is Gachiakuda. I have the 6 volumes that are released right now, and I think it is a very cool power system. Very new, very different, and I really like it. I like the main character. I like the way that he is really angry all the time, but not over the top, crazy, loud, shouting all the time. I think the fights are so well drawn. You can see the movement from the characters in each panel, which is sometimes very hard to display on paper, and a lot of artists struggle with that. And I think this artist draws so well. It's very interesting. So I'll lift you guys back up, and we'll kind of do a finishing note. I think my next video, I will go over the manga that I have sitting next to me, as well as probably unbox Tokyo Ghoul. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you guys like this new channel. It would be really cool to have some discussions. Tell me what you think about these series, what you think I should read. I did recently get rid of a lot of manga that I wasn't really planning on continuing. So let me know what you guys think. Leave some comments, and I'd love to discuss it. So until next time, guys, see ya.